This is the Titanium Stick 225, sold at Harbor Freight for $320 or Amazon for $420. I have used this welder for a couple of years now and have had zero issues. It's a very simple machine, great for doing welding projects at home. The output of this machine is direct current only, with the ability to run electronegative or positive. You can do this by simply switching where each lead is plugged into the machine, as shown. This inverter technology is really impressive and can help you make a weld pretty much anywhere, especially if teamed up with a generator. This welder also has the versatility to run on any 120 volt circuit or a 240 volt circuit. The machine will come with an adapter to plug into a regular wall outlet. At its max, the welder needs a power input of 21.3 amps when running on 120 volts and an input of 42 amps when running on 240 volts. The rated duty cycle for 120 volts is 40% at 70 amps. The rated duty cycle for 240 volts is 20% at 225 amps. Stinger that comes with the welder feels very cheap and is made of plastic, but it hasn't failed me yet. The ground clamp, on the other hand, is starting to show some wear, but it still works. For this video, I'm going to be running the welder with some Hobart 1/8 inch 6011 rods and some Lincoln 1/8 inch 7018s. Here I prepped up a T-joint using some thick scrap pieces and grinded off the layer of mill scale on them. I'm going to first run a 6011 root pass on both sides and then fill in the rest with some 7018. Tack all four corners using a 6011. I'll run the root pass at 100 amps on a 240 volt circuit. This machine has an astounding open circuit voltage of 85 volts, which makes it great for keeping the arc alive when running cellulosic rods such as 6010 or 6011. For comparison, a Miller Max Star DX, which is a $5,000 machine, has an open circuit voltage of just 80 volts. For the 7018 fill passes, I'll run 125 amps. These 7018s were full of moisture and were running pretty poor. I'm surprised the arc was able to stay alive. I should have cooked these rods before using them. Still got a pretty nice slag peel. Yeah, those beads look terrible. I guess that's why you should always keep 7018 in a rod oven. Next, I'll try running the machine at 120 volts. The machine won't start up until you move the switch over to the 120 volt setting. I'll turn the machine up to its max output on 120 volts, which is 70 amps. "70 amps is a little bit cold for this thick plate. Running on 120 volts does limit how thick you can weld. Switching back to 240 volts, I ran a few more beads of 6011 to test the duty cycle at 105 amps. The machine didn't cut out once and held a steady arc the whole time. Next, I tacked a T-joint to a thick plate to do some vertical up welding with 7018. The 7018s were burning a lot better after I stuck them in the oven for a couple of hours. I set the machine at 110 amps and it seems to be working pretty well. The high open circuit voltage really helps with clean restarts. Here's a look at that bead. I could use a lot of practice. Just for fun, I'll try running a stringer bead uphill. Overall, after having this machine for 2 years, I still think it's a great welder. I've never had a problem with the duty cycle or even tripping the breaker on 120. It's such a great machine to have in your garage. It's easy to use. I really recommend buying one. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you found this educational. Comment if you like seeing these videos because I love making them and I'd be glad to make more.